Hi guys, this is the screencast for the milestone 3 of the course DevOps, which is CSC 519. This milestone is of deployment, and we will be focusing on the iTrust part of the deployment part and the rolling update part of the whole milestone. Let's get right into it. I have initialized 6 instances of on AWS, one for the Jenkins server which will be remotely hosted, and 5 others for the iTrust server which will be configuring and deploying our code on. I'll just start by running the instance of by running the Ansible script for installing Jenkins on the remote server. And because the host name is changed in the inventory file, to see that AWS is the host that I'm trying to connect to, and I'll run the Ansible file again. Oh, the IP is not the same. So I'll just change the IP address as well. And I'll run the playbook. And this time it should connect properly to the remote server. Yes, it is connecting. And we'll start by installing the Jenkins server. This is the same playbook, Ansible playbook that we have been using since the initialization of installing Jenkins server on the remote server. So we'll just let it run, and I'll pause the screencast meanwhile. So the Jenkins server has been installed, and it's now creating job and running the main job. So let's go and check the installation of the server. The main job will run, and it will install iTrust on multiple all the 5 hosts, all the 5 iTrust hosts, and that is a regular iTrust job which we have been using since the beginning of the milestone 1. So I'll just let this continue as well, and I'll just pause the screencast while the main job runs and installs the iTrust server on all the remote servers. Since this is the initial deployment, I have done this parallelly, and will be installing everything parallelly instead of having a rolling update or rolling deployment. So the job has finished, and it has installed iTrust on all the 5 nodes that we had selected. And since we will not be using the checkbox and will not be showing the checkbox installation in this part of the screencast, I have let the job fail after the installation of iTrust. So let's just go and check whether the IP has the iTrust job running or the application running. As you can see, it is up. I'll check the next one. This too seems to be up. The third one has also been installed. so as the fourth one. The fifth and the final one also has been installed. So let's just check the iTrust job that we had created on the Jenkins. As you can see, it has already run a build and it has failed. The reason it has failed is because the inventory has not been updated and it has been trying to connect to a different host this time. So I'll just update the inventory file and push it. So I'll copy the inventory file that we have been using for the Jenkins installation, and we'll put that into this, and we'll also change a part of the application so that we can see the changes displayed on the UI. So I'll just edit, since we have doc1, I'll just edit this to be new 3 and I'll make this as doc1, and doc1 is the picture that it uses on the home page. So let's just do this and I'll push the changes. The changes has been pushed. So now let's just monitor the job of iTrust, and within a minute of polling, you can see that Git polling is a side application or side process that it does every minute. The last it has done was on 2:39, and I think it is a central time, so it will wait 1 minute before it does a new poll. Yes, it has polled and it has seen that there has been a new push that has been added into it, and it is updating. All the while it is updating the process in IT node 1. I'll just show you what IT node 1 is. So if you go into the inventory file, the IT node 1 is at the IP address 34.203.234.195. That is this one. So if I check it right now, it is still up. I'll wait for it to be deployed. The packaging of the project is where the project is checked out, the new copy of the project is checked out, and it is packaged using mvn clean package, and a new war file is created for the iTrust job, and this will be deployed onto the Tomcat server, after which we'll be able to view the application on the web page. You can just let the package the product run, and I'll pause the screencast meanwhile. So it has packaged the product and it has moved on to executing the same changes to the second node, and I was just checking whether the update was successful. As you can see, the UI of the first application has changed, whereas these are the same. And it's on IT node 2 right now. IT node 2 is the second tab of iTrust. So only the first tab of iTrust has changed, and all the others are the same. So I'll let the package run again, and I'll restart the screencast to show the development as and when the new updates have been installed. So as you can see, all the instances have been updated, and it's now working on the instance number 5. So I can just show you how the updates had occurred. This one has updated. This one also has updated, and now this one is still being updated. So the package project of the IT node 5 is being run. So as you can see that it has gone serially and done a rolling update on each of the nodes individually, and only after the node was completely built and deployed on one of the servers did it go forward to another server. Over here it's currently now building the project on the machine number 5. This Jenkins page has a tendency to freeze up in its console. That is why I just refreshed the page. It might be because of the lesser RAM on the AWS instance, and because Jenkins itself takes a lot of RAM. So I'll just wait and let it run. Well, I'll just check this. It has run. It has successfully run, and I'll just refresh this and check if the update has been that there has been a slight snag with just this one. Oh yes, it's updated. So as you can see over here, this was one job of iTrust which ran successfully and which was triggered by a git push, and it went on to commit or complete a rolling update of the iTrust application on multiple servers, 5 in this case, where it updated each server one after the other, and which was the main intention of the milestone. And that's it. Thank you.